marble and gold. I pay him in coins. You know, we transfer and do transactions back and forth. He's a DJ. Technically, if he wanted to, we could just send him some cryptocurrency or send him some gold. I'm sure he won't be mad at that, right? And we can do it right through an app on our phone like Cash App. You know what I'm saying? And because of that platform, and our company owns all of it, there's no third party, right? It's privately held, so we own everything. So the value is going to go up. And this is the beginning. So that's the opportunity. There's going to be a time where the opportunity is not going to be that good because everybody's going to be involved, right? The coin is going to gain value. Like right now, Bitcoin is like $8,000, $9,000 a coin. Is the opportunity there for Bitcoin right now? Probably not, right? But it was 10 years ago. I know I'm mad that I missed it, right? So, you know, hopefully that makes sense. I mean, just to kind of make it real, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of moving parts to what we do, and Carrot Bars is a business. It's all based in gold. We save gold. We teach people to get gold. That's the main thing. But as far as just like, if you're somebody who just wants to put your money in a safe place, let it bubble up, let it sit over time, this is probably the safest investment. It's not tied to the stock market. It's not tied to banks. It's not tied to any third parties. It's a privately held company. The social security number is not tied to it. It's totally legit, totally, you know, I've been involved in this business for 5 years in July. And I do the business part of it full time. So, you know, I mean, it's what it is. So, I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. And I encourage you to just keep plugging into what we're doing, man. Maybe see an actual presentation for what we do. Because what Zach is doing. No. How you doing, man?
Yeah. Yo, like they told me come out with crypto. Like I don't know nothing on this. Like on this crypto, I don't even know. Like, all the stuff that I'm declared about is like we ain't even hear about it. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, that's why I get to get with these and yo, I'm telling you. Man, do what you got to do, but you need to get involved.
I said it too.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. Not the 1.5. Some of them is plus 1.5. Not those, just the other ones.
See, that's when the high school homeboy.
Oh yeah.
And look, he's into doing investment properties. He's a general contractor and stuff like that. So somebody like him, who has his own business, you can pay him in crypto. You can pay him in gold. You know, whatever, as an alternative to the dollar. And the key thing is understanding why that's important. The dollar is not worth shit. Sorry, my language, but it's not. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a day in our lifetime where we see the reality of that. Right. And the question becomes, what are you going to do? What you going to do? Right? If you got money tied up in the bank, you got money tied up in, like we were talking about a 401k, right? You think when you retire that money's going to be there. If it ain't worth anything, it ain't going to be there. Right? And to make it even more real, if you know what inflation is, the dollar's lost 98% of its buying power in just the last maybe 50 years. So that means that there was once a time where it cost $200 to buy what $1,000 would buy you today. And to make this real, go talk to your grandparents, right? Ask them, what was it like going grocery shopping when they were younger? How much was bread? Right? They'll tell you something crazy like, oh man, we used to buy like 10 loaves of bread for $1. You know, they'll tell you some nuts, some crazy stuff. And then, so it's easy to associate that with, okay, well, you know, times are different, things cost more money to produce, you know, whatever, but that's not really true. The truth is that we print so much money. We print it. It's not, there's nothing given the dollar value. It's just paper. It's all it is. There's no value to it. And it's going to be worthless if they keep printing it the way they do, which they're going to keep doing because historically that's what they do, right? So, knowing that, gold's done the complete opposite. So, about 50 years ago, an ounce of gold was $35. Today, it's over $1,500. If all you did was have gold and you stuck it under a mattress and you just forgot about it for 50 years, and you found it 50 years later, you would be a lot richer than you were 50 years ago for nothing. Just because it gained value because of the nature of it. You can't make more gold. It's indestructible. You can't make more because all the gold that exists is here. That's it. Or in space. You know, you're not going to find it. I mean, we got to mine an asteroid or something, right?
Yeah.
if you understand basic stuff like that, then you'll understand why it's important to diversify. I'm not saying don't have cash, because clearly you need cash, but think long term, right? You got kids?
Yeah.
All right, well, I got 2 kids. I got a 7-year-old and a 4-month-old. Pray for me. But my whole philosophy is making sure that they are straight when they get older, right? My daughter's going to graduate school one day. She's going to want to possibly go to college, or I have a business I can hand down to her, whatever. But I want her to be good, and I don't want the paper to dictate whether or not she's good. Because if I have to depend on that, she won't be. This is the truth. If I had $100,000 and I put it in the bank and it sat for 20 years, 20 years from now, I'll still have $100,000, but it won't spend the way it's spent today.
The way it's spent today, hell no.
You see what I'm saying? You used to be able to buy a brand new car for like $600 off the lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's $20,000 for a piece of shit car. You know what I'm saying? It's just the times changed, yeah, but the money lost value. That's history. And you can look at that every country, everywhere in the world, every civilization since the beginning of man, their money always loses value because at some point they come off of a gold standard or a silver standard or an oil standard or whatever their standard is, right? They come off it and they just start printing money like crazy. And then it loses value, and then the economies collapse, and then there's people protesting in the war, and then there's a new money system. It happens every time. Now here we are, 2019. Cryptocurrency is here. Banks are starting to adapt to it. Banks are starting to use blockchain technology, right? More and more companies are creating crypto. Even JP Morgan's coming out with a crypto. Why? If it wasn't going to be the future, why would they do it? Pay attention. It's not rocket science, man. Companies like Amazon, you can buy something on Amazon right now and pay in Bitcoin. Why? Right? So that's why I'm saying that's the point of this. The point of this is to think long term. It's not get rich quick, right? I mean, yeah, you can make a few bucks if you trade and do all of that. You can do that. Long term. I know if I have physical gold and some cryptocurrencies and I'm diverse there, I think I might, if my man does real estate properties. Well, real estate property is an asset. It's a physical, tangible asset. The value of that's going to go up over time, right? The cash isn't. If I have the property, I can always trade it for whatever I want. That's the value, right? The reason why gold is so valuable is because I can go anywhere in the world, anywhere on the planet, and give somebody some physical gold, and they will give me what it's worth, no matter what, because it's physical gold. It's valuable. You can't go anywhere in the world and use dollars. Some countries you'll go to jail if you try to use dollars. It's real. So anyway, I can do this all night. I'm not gonna do that to you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yo, that's serious.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah, man.
That's what they did with Iraq, with the Iraqi dinar, and everybody like, come on, man, buy this
Yeah.
Iraqi dinar. When the government come back over, guy tried to tell me, come on, man, let's get he said, look, man, we're gonna put $10,000 into each. We're gonna have $5 billion. When the new government come back in, man, we're gonna get paid. Yeah, everybody and their mama's waiting on that, and that's like a never gonna happen, because they keep bringing a new government and they keep flooding it with their own money. It's like, man, that ain't gonna never happen, man, and it ain't based off of nothing.
Think about what they're saying. Buy it. You gotta buy.
And it's trash.
What's supposed to be money? That's crazy.
And it's trash.
It's crazy.
They not even using it. They talking about buy it up because it's gonna be worth something when the dude come back up. Man, nah. You must be crazy.
Nah,
It's
they'll mess
paper.
around and be on a dollar standard, or they'll start using dollars before American dollars before Iraqi dinar comes back.
But you was right, man. And I never wow. Like when you said that, it was like, wow, that's the whole. I never heard that.
Matter of fact, here's how real it is. When you get a chance, look up Zimbabwe hyperinflation.
Okay.
Right?
Zimbabwe hyperinflation.
This is recent. This is like within the last maybe 10, 15 years. Zimbabwe, literally, their money went to zero. It's not worth anything, right? They overinflated it, printed it, right? And got to a point where it was worthless. It literally, if you had Zimbabwe dollars, right? Zimbabwe dollars. Just put this in perspective for a second.
Right.
It would literally cost you about $100 trillion to get a bus. And that's real. You can research it.
Right.
You can go on Amazon right now and buy like a 500 trillion Zimbabwe dollar for like $90.
Yeah.
Because it's a collector's item now.
Right, that's it.
Matter of fact, speaking of art, look at this. This is crazy. I do this demonstration all the time, man. And I ask people to tell me what the difference between these $2 are, right?
The numbers written on them. Got to be.
Look.
Oh, yeah. I know.
You probably seen
I
this
know.
one.
Yeah. I got some of them at the crib. My daughter took a whole bunch of them and spent them at the corner store. Didn't know what it was.
Look, and look, the corner store people gonna be mad when they try to deposit it.
What, took this one?
I had a girl worked at the bank. I said, yo, whenever they come through, man, give me all of them. I said, just trade them out.
Yeah, man.
Back in the day.
Silver certificate, Federal Reserve note. Federal Reserve note is what we use now. It ain't backed by nothing.
No.
At one point, this was backed by silver. I could take this to a bank and get an ounce of silver. Now, here's what's deep about that. You know what a silver dollar is, right? It's
Right.
a dollar worth of silver.
Mm-hmm.
How much weight is it's a silver dollar? Do you know?
No.
It's an ounce.
Okay. That's what,
What
I
did I
was
just
thinking.
say?
Was an ounce. Yeah, you can take and get an ounce of silver. Right. That's what I was thinking.
How much is an
okay.
ounce of silver worth?
$1. Nah, an ounce of silver worth like, I don't know. I had some silver
It's
was like
like-
$30, $40 or something.
It's
ounce.
like $17, $18.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was higher
So
than
think
that.
about
Yeah.
this for a second.
Yeah. That's
I
good.
could have a silver dollar and spend it in a place like this, and they'll let me spend it for $1.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an ounce of silver, and it's actually worth closer to $20. Why would I spend it for $1? Right? So this is why I tell people don't buy coins, gold coins or silver coins, because they have a face value. You can only spend them for what the face value is.
Wow.
Gold Eagle is an ounce of gold.
Ounce of gold, right.
It is a $50 coin. It is worth $1,500. And if you're
Right.
not smart, you'll get this coin and be like, oh, word, I'll just spend it out of $50, whatever. You won't even think about it. But it's $1,500. Right? So the real value is in the metal. It's not in this paper stuff or what they tell you it's worth. But you got to know that. And then, of course, they're not going to teach you. They don't want you to know.
This is perceived value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I bought this
yeah.
for $2.
Not that one. This one.
Look, I
Yeah.
bought $1 for $2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this is not spendable.
Yeah.
Like, technically, yeah, they're not going to pay attention. They'll probably take it. But in reality, this is not spendable.
Right.
This is no longer in circulation. Gold and silver certificates are no longer in circulation. Why? Because we're no longer on a gold standard. We're on a zero, nothing standard. So Federal Reserve note. This says $1 worth of silver payable to the bearer on demand. This just says $1. Pay attention, man. So there were people who got burned. Oh yeah, I got money in the bank, I'm good. 1971, ended the gold standard. The money just lost mad value. If you own the physical metal, which is the other thing, if you own coins, you don't own the metal. Why? Because whose name is on it? United States of America.
Yeah. Same thing happened with the gold, right? They wanted everybody to turn the gold in.
Right, because technically the government issued the gold, so
Yeah.
you didn't actually own it.
Yeah, that's what they said.
That's what I'm saying. Own it. And that's what we do. So we buy gold, and our crypto is based in gold, but it's the same idea. The crypto just makes it so that we can digitize it and make it more transactable throughout the, globally. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's still tied to the metal. I can always get it. So,
That's serious.
yo, man, I'm trying to tell you.
that. Like,
But look, this is nothing right here. This is a piece of gold I got from my niece. I don't even know why this is in my wallet. But we got her picture on there for graduation. So I usually have more gold on me than that. But that's here you go.
Oh, this is cash
That's
gold
a-
right here?
yeah, that's cash
I've never
gold.
seen a cash gold before.
Yeah, so this is a 10. This is $5 worth of gold right here.
Okay.
Well, maybe a little more than $5, but
Right, okay.
so, which is the other point. But people say, "Oh man, gold's $1,500 an ounce, man. I can't afford that." Well, can you afford $5?
Right. How about that?
Can you afford $50? I mean, that makes it a little bit more affordable, right? So when we first started with the cash gold, this was like around $3. Now it's like $5. It's almost doubled its value, and there's no. Just
It's
the
no going
economy.
back. It's no going
Yeah,
back.
gold does the opposite of the dollar
Right.
historically. It's just
Right.
so There you go. All right, now I'm done for real. Unless you got any questions or whatever, I'm here. So good.